Namaskaram, welcome to another episode of Machine with Mayank, and today we would explore Firecrawl's public open source project where we can enrich our data. Enriching the data means if you have an email ID in this particular way, in this particular example, what we are doing, if you have an email ID, then you can get the other data. What's the name of the company, what they do, and all that information which you need. Typically, we have tools such as Apollo, Clay, which helps you enrich the data with whatever information you have. So we are using a free tool with no limits. Only thing which you need here is Firecrawl's API and any LLM which you want to work with. So we are working with ChatGPT. So we'll be working with OpenAI's API. So these two things are required. You just have to copy the repo on your local system, and you need to upload the data in a particular format. So here for this particular template, you need to have the email ID and rest of the data. Firecrawl will do the scraping work from the internet, and yes, you will get the data. So and it will be new data because they are doing it live on. It's not stale data. Stale data typically means the data which has been old, right? So some email IDs might not be working. There's so many things that can go wrong in that part. So this is live, whatever is available right now, and so it's real time scrapping. So there is no limit to it. So let's get going to it. Let's get going what needs to be done. So this is the Firecrawl's website, and I'll just give you what all details we have. So this is Firecrawl's website. Firecrawl is a very wonderful tool for scraping data from the internet. You can do so many things. You can scrap any URL into clean data, crawl entire website, search and get page content, get all links from a website. MCP, so connect Firecrawl to your agent. If you have built an agent that needs to do some research work, some crawling work, you can use MCP or Firecrawl and use that tool with your agent. That would definitely be using some kind of LLM. Then lead enrichment, that is what we are trying to do. So SEO platform is typically, this will be used when you have to do blogs and other stuff. So you need to check what all blogs are there and all that scraping work, so that we can do separately afterwards. You need to make a research agent, all that stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and do what all we need to do. So these all things, there is a playground also. This is one part. So we'll be doing this lead enrichment. So extract and filter data leads from website to power your sales pipeline. So sales ops and biz dev teams use Firecrawl, script directories for leads, enrich CRM data, and automate account research, right? So for that, you need to use this GitHub repository of Fire Enrich. How it works? This, yeah, this all is okay. This is self understood. You can do it. So this is the GitHub repo which you need to copy, and we just need an IDE. Whether you work with Cursor, you work with VS Code, which I really personally like working with. And so this is the GitHub repo which you need to copy. The easiest way to do is you copy this link, right? You can, or copy from here, copy this URL, and before that I want to show you what all things are there, right? So this is all the files are there. You don't have to touch it, you don't have to make any changes here, right? You just need to have a Firecrawl's API, OpenAI's API. You need to clone in .env.local. You need to save the API keys like this. You need to npm install because it's a node project, and just run the development server, and on your local system you'll be able to do it. One change which you would have to do on the system is there are a couple of errors in the files. So because of that you will get errors. So you can get it resolved through your any LLM. I'm using Codex for that. I'll show you how you need to do it, right? So I have copied this and I have installed it. So what you have to do is copy, Control C, just copy this particular link, open your VS Code. Is it visible? Open your VS Code, right? So here, to easily do that, what you have to do is whenever you want to create a new file, you can file, and this will show you all your. So I have copied it, right? And once you copied it and it got installed here, you can enter the term, you can create a new terminal, you can enter this particular file, and you have to make a couple of changes. Quickly go to .env.example would be the file name. We need to change it to .env.local, and just add the API keys that as I showed you earlier, and that's it. Just npm install. I've already installed it, so no need to do any changes here. So I will just run npm run today. One more thing I want to show you is so here there is some changes which you might need to do, so that you have to figure it out while you are working on it. But apart from that, this is it. You don't have to worry too much about changing any of the code. A couple of errors will come which you need to solve it. That's it. So that error will come in UI part. So there you have to make some changes to tsx, where you have to use this use client, because I was getting some Prismlight error, so that I got it solved through Codex. So you can install Codex plugin, so it can work side by side. It will get the context, auto context from the files which are available on the VS Code, and it will help you solve it. You can give it access. I have given it full access, so it makes it easier for me to work with. Right, so bye bye Codex. I don't need Codex now. Alright. Okay, so npm run dev, just click enter. You need to wait for the system to run. Right, so this is the local link to this open. So it is loading. As you can see, it's a local system. Yes, so this is working on the local system right now. Right, so fire enrich version 2, drag drop enrich your leads with clean and accurate data crawled from all over the internet, powered by Firecrawl. Right, so I have a sample data which I'll be pulling in. Right, so for that, so as it's mentioned here, email required. For this particular template, you can customize it as per your requirement, what you want to do. Right, so what you have to do is select the CSV file. So I'll be selecting the CSV file. I have a sample data which I'll be using, so I will go to desktop. I have saved it on desktop, sample data, and I'll say open. Right, so these are a couple of things. So I have email, current company, maintainer. Right, so these all things will come up, and I'll say next. Okay, so what all things I'm asking for? A couple of things. I need company name, company description, and industry. Right, what all fields you need? So there are a couple of fields which you need to have employee count, year counted, headquarter, funding raise, funding stage. If you add additional fields, add with natural language, do it. Right, if you want to add something manually, you can add the thing here, but that's okay. Alright, so we are doing this. Select fields to enrich 10 fields to add your data. Right? We don't have 12 fields right now. So now I have mentioned, just need to start enrichment, and it will start working on it. What there have some copilot involved in it. Ask me anything about it. I can search, grab, and analyze data for you. So right now, whatever is happening here, it's happening live. So the work is happening. We are doing what needs to be done. You can see all the workings here. So what's happening on row 1, what's happening to row 2, and all that stuff. So while this all stuff is happening, I also want to show you how it is how they are working, what is the thought process behind it. Right, So they have actually mentioned with an architectural diagram. So how fire enrich process, a real example, input. So for example, it will take this as input, extract domain. So it will take the domain, incorporating will detect it, start orchestration, agent orchestration. So they have different agents for different work. Execute agents in optimized sequence. So agents can work in parallel or in sequence, but they are working in sequence. I think long time ago I made a video on Crew AI where where I showed how agent orchestration works, right? And Crew AI has now come up with a studio where a lot of things can be done. So I'll be making one video on Crew AI also. So discover agents finds basic company info, right? So parallel search is Firecrawl company, dev, what is Firecrawl, Firecrawl API, concrete API, which lets company website basic info, extracts the data. Phase two, company profile agent. So see, there are agents. There are one is discovery agent, so finds basic company info first. Then second agent is company name from phase one to find industry details. Phase three, financial intel. Phase four, tech stack intel. Phase 5 general purpose even custom field CU and all stuff. So there are 4 to 5 agents which are working, and then everything final synthesis is everything is compiled and output enriched data, industry, CU, funding, tech stack, final output. It will be completed in a it will be either in CSV or Excel or JSON format. So they have also given the reason why sequential execution. First is building the context, then you have to validate the data, and then redundant searches we need to reduce it, and then parallel searches within phases, right? So this part I have to understand and learn, so I will not be able to explain what it is, right? So it's homework for me, and yeah, I think pretty much is rest is self-learning. All right, so let's see where we are with our enrichment. They are done with the enrichment. It's row 18 they skipped because they might not have the data. Let's see what they have done. Right, so I think they have done it. So we'll go one by one, view details. Okay, okay, now we'll download the data and see did we get what we are looking for. So guys, there was some rate limit error came. For that I need to upgrade my plan, so I won't be able to show you the output in its full totality, but I hope you understood how it's done, so it's not a big deal. And thank you so much to Firecrawl to make it happen. And yeah, that's it. I hope you liked it. We'll come back with another tool by tomorrow, and till then have a great day. Thank you.